Good evening, everyone. You're welcome to tonight's session, and it's going to be a powerful session. Let me know if you can hear me clearly. As soon as you join, you can just indicate where you're joining from, your name, and where you're joining from. I hope we are pumped up, hope we are excited, and ready to learn tonight. Give me a minute. Let me share with my audience and let them know that I'm live. You're welcome to tonight's session. Good evening and welcome, welcome. As soon as you join, you can just indicate where you're joining from and let me know your expectation for tonight. What do you intend to learn? What do you intend to gain from this session tonight? You're welcome. As you join, just let me know where you're joining from. So you're welcome to tonight's session. Super excited. Are you as excited as I am for tonight's session? As you join, just tell me your name, where you're joining from, and your expectation from tonight's session. Your name, where you're joining from. Okay, you're welcome, Kendi Adesinyo. You're welcome. Just drop in the chat box your name, where you're joining from, and your expectation. Okay, Adekonye Favor Adebayo from Footmix. So you are welcome to tonight's session. We had a very powerful session last week whereby we talked about how we can actually calibrate 2026. And we established that 2026 is not just going to answer to our goals, our aspirations, our ambitions, but the level of success we're going to get or achieve in the year 2026 is highly dependent on our intentionality to build systems and to build structures, right? And I talked about a number of systems and structures that you need to create to be able to have a great year for yourself. So tonight we'll also be continuing on systems, but now we want to talk about the economic aspects of systems. So last week we just talked about a general overview as it relates to goals, achieving our goals. So now we are actually now going into finances because money is important. Don't let anybody deceive you that money is not important. In fact, majority of people that tell you that money is important, they don't have it. So you must run away from anybody that tells you that money is not important. It is very, very important. It is very vital. Do you get it now? So that's why I've made it a point to actually teach you 7 systems if you want to become a millionaire this year. It is not uh it is not magic, and it is not something that you can achieve. You can, regardless of where you are currently. If you can understand these 7 systems, I'm telling you that you'll be surprised at the end of the year how much you have made. You'll be so shocked. And I've just made it very simple. And I'm just going to talk about 7 systems. And maybe by 9, we should be done with tonight's session. Now, I want you to understand that this night session is not get rich quick system session, whereby I will tell you that, okay, if you can do this, then by next month you already have 1 million. No, this is not it. If you if your thoughts or your expectation is that by joining tonight's session, then by the end of next week, maybe you already have 1 million naira. That is not the kind of session that we have. Why? Because we are creating systems. We are not creating a situation or a circumstance that will enable you to get money quick. No. In fact, one thing you must understand is that anything that you do not labor for, anything that you did not sacrifice for, anything that you did not pass through the process to get, it will not last in your hands. So because process also teaches us sustainability, process teaches us the value of the thing and the necessary activities or gauges that you must put in place to ensure that that thing lasts long in your hands. Anything that you do not labor for, anything that you do not sacrifice for, anything you do not pay a price for, I'm telling you that that thing is not going to last. So we are not here for a get rich quick scheme. This is not a bet. A bet. No, this is not a luck. This is not a wishing party. This is not overnight miracle that, okay, just raise up your phone and I'm going to pray and you're going to get money inside your account. No, that's not the kind of session that we're having tonight. We are very, very intentional. This session is about building systems that produce your income repeatedly and predictably. So what we are doing tonight in tonight's session is that we want to calibrate a system that will ensure that your income keeps producing repeatedly, incrementally, and predictably. You can, when you understand this system, you can tell and can say with all boldness that you can never be poor. Elon Musk does not need to go to to a prayer mountain to pray that I don't want to be poor, because they understand the systems. In fact, money does not respect your religion. Money does not respect your background. Money does not respect your socio-economic status. Money only respects principles. When you understand the principles, then you can reproduce wealth. Wealth is not gotten from luck, it is not gotten from chance, it is not gotten from circumstances. It is gotten by principles that has been understood, applied, and yielded results. So the first thing is what? Acquire the principles, The second thing is what? Apply the principles. The third thing is to allow it to yield results. So when you understand these principles in form of systems, I can tell you with certainty that you can actually achieve it. And I'm saying this because I have also done it for myself. I've achieved it for myself. And that's why I can come on this live session and tell you that this thing is achievable. And it has worked for millions of people. You know, they've just followed these principles and it works. So when we talk about a millionaire is not just defined by his net worth. Instead, a millionaire is someone whose income structure gives them the leverage, options, and stability. So when we are talking about you becoming wealthy, we are not just talking about you accumulating money. No, we are not just talking about you accumulating money. Instead, we are talking about you creating a life of options whereby there is stability, there's predictability to your life, whereby there are leverages around you, whereby you can actually take bold steps, can take bold decisions, whereby your life is no longer controlled by someone somewhere else. So when we are talking about money, we are not just talking about your net worth, the amount you have in the account. No, we are talking about you having the ability to what? The first thing is what? Your income structure gives you the leverage. It gives you options and stability. Do you know that a poor man's option is very, very limited in life? A poor man receives whatsoever it is thrown at him. Why? Because he does not have the option. So when we are talking about creation of wealth, creating systems for our income, creating an economy for ourselves, we are talking about the ability to be able to create a life with leverage, a life with options, and a life with stability. Now, I want you to understand that when your income stops, or if your income stops, when you stop working, you don't have an economy. What you have is a job. Do you know that Bill Gates, Elon Musk, name them, Aliko Dangote, whether they are working or they are sleeping, they are making money. They don't need to actively engage in labor. They are sleeping, they are making money. They wake up, they are making money. They laugh, they make money. They eat, they make money. They are in the bedroom, they are making money. They are in the toilet, they are making money. Anywhere you find them, they are making all around the clock. Why? Because they've actually created an economy for themselves. And I'm telling you that if you want to reach the top in life, if you want to enjoy your life to full, then you must be able to create an economy for yourself. Earlier this month, I was just reading, the book of Proverbs, no, the book of Genesis, and I was reading again the story of the famine that happened in uh, Egypt. Do you know that Jacob had money? I mean, in excess. But because he didn't have food, he had to send his children. So, okay, go to Egypt, right? Go and get food for us. Why? Because his income did not create an economy for himself. So when we talk about the systems that we need to create for our economy or to become a millionaire, the first system we need to create is what? The skill monetization system. The skill monetization system. See, there's no how you can become a millionaire without having a source of income. And one thing you must also understand is that it is not enough to have a source of income. You must also have a source of income that is of high value. because the value that you offer determines the monetary gain that you get. So if you offer cheap value, you will be given a cheap monetary return. If you offer high value, you will be given what? High monetary return. Give me a minute. Okay, guys, so I'm back now. I hope you can hear me now. Please confirm if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Please, you can use the comment section and confirm if you can hear me clearly now. Okay, thank you so much, Adeshino. Okay, so as I was saying, that you must have a source of income, and not just any ordinary source of income. It must be high value, because the value you offer determines the kind of income you're going to get. So if you're able to offer a high value, then you are going to get what? High income. So you must focus, what skill set do I have? And I don't even want to just limit it to skill sets. Is it a job? But one thing you must understand, that even if it is a job, maybe 9 to 5 job that you want to, begin to do, you must understand that it is the skill sets that you are selling, not necessarily the job. Because when you are applying for a job, they're going to ask, what specific skill do you have? So you have to think deeply and ask, what skill do I have that people will pay for? The second question you must be able to answer is it valuable in today's economy? It is not enough for you to have a skill. The second question is very important. The first thing is what? You list the skill sets that you have. Then you proceed to the second stage by answering the question, is it valuable? Because if it is not valuable, nobody is going to place a price on it. And if they don't place a price on it, you are not going to get any monetary return. So money is made when value is exchanged. It is not a magic. If you want to make money, then you must exchange value. Nobody is just going to wake up and throw money at you. They must be able to perceive or see that you have something of value. And when we talk about value, don't get it twisted. Value is the ability to solve someone's problem. That's it. So, to the degree of the complexity of the problem that you are able to solve, determines the amount of money you are going to make. So when you solve a problem that everybody can also solve, your return will be small. Let's take, for instance, do you know that sand and gold are both mineral resources? I know some of us will be very shocked now. Both sand and gold, they are mineral resources. But why do people pay hundreds of thousands, pay millions to just get grams, not kilogram, grams of gold? But on the other end, they just pay tens of thousands and they get a tipper of sand. The difference is in the value that it has been placed on it. And the value is determined by the scarcity of that commodity. So when your skill set is easily accessible, when your skill set, the value you offer is common, you get common rewards. So you must think carefully when you highlight the skill set, the value you're offering, then you must think, how do I offer it? Now, in closing, the market does not reward effort, it rewards value. So you can say that, oh, I've been trying my best, I've been trying uh, all my best, I'm not getting money, I'm not, the market, the world does not give a damn about what you are passionate about. Nobody is going to listen to you because you are passionate about something, or because you are doing something, because you are putting in effort. They only become passionate about what you're passionate about when your passion is solving their problem, when your passion is actually taking them from their current state to their desired state. So as you go in 2026, identify one skill that you want to learn or you want to solidify yourself, and ensure that you take it through the second litmus test, which I said what is the value? Is it valuable in today's economy? And it's not just about it being valuable in today's economy. Can you define the level or the kind of value that is placed on it? So when you identify that skill set, then set a weekly learning structure whereby you intensify your learning. Intensify your learning. Now, the second thing system that you need to create is what we call the income multiplication system. The income multiplication system. You can never become financially free if you only have a source of income, no matter how much you are making. You must learn to diversify. In fact, you can see that a common trend between the billionaires, the movers of the world, the shakers of the world, is that they are not doing one thing. Or should I say, one thing is not bringing them income. So what do I mean by that? What do I mean by what I'm by that? It means that while you can start with just one skill set or with just one income stream, you must begin to think how you can actually diversify and add other income streams to what you already have. So, for you to become a millionaire, you need three major income streams. We have the primary income stream, the secondary income stream, and the scalable income stream. So, I'm going to answer, just explain it. So, the primary income stream can also be called the active income streams. So, what it means is that for the primary income streams, you must engage, you must work before you get money. It's like you're having a 9 to 5 job. If you don't go to the work throughout the month, you don't expect a pay at the end of the year, at the end of the month. So that's what we call the primary income stream or the active income stream. So those ones, it requires your consistent engagement. But it doesn't stop there. We have the leverage income, meaning that you are using systems to work. For instance, I make money by editing books, but another way I make money is by selling my digital products. So I've written the books, maybe some 2 years ago, 3 years, in fact, was it last week? Yes, is it this week, right? A course I launched in 2022. We are in 2026, right? A course I launched in 2022, 4 years ago, someone still paid for it. That's what we call what? Leverage income. So that if you just have it, you just create a system and you continue to make money from it consistently. Consistently. Then we have the scalable income. That one can grow without your effort. We are still going to go deeper into it. So when you want to multiply your income, I said we need three types of what? Income. One, which is what? The primary income. Two, the secondary income. And three, the what? Scalable income. Active income or primary income always involves your continuous engagement. You must consistently work to get money. Leverage income does not necessarily require you to consistently work. You can work once and you now create a system that would ensure that you consistently make money from work that you have already done. Then the scalable income is that you are no longer working for money, money is now working for you. So maybe you invest in something, right? And it begins to appreciate over time. That's what we call what? Scalable income. So you don't become wealthy by working more hours. You become wealthy by multiplying income streams intelligently. Some of us will believe that means that if I'm able to work more, if I'm able to get two or more, three jobs, I'm going to get wealthier. I'm telling you the fact is a lie. What you need to do instead is to learn how to actually what create multiple streams of income. So if you want to make more money, see these are the two things that you need to do. One, increase your value so that the reward for your value will increase. Two, create multiple streams of income. So your reward will always meet you at the level of your value. I don't know if someone got that. Your reward will always meet you at the what? At the level of your value. If you want to charge more for your skill sets, if you want to get a pay raise, then create a higher level of value. So let's talk about the third system that you need to create. We call it the cash flow control system. The cash flow control system. You see, you can continuously earn more money and you still remain broke. That's a possibility. That you get more money, your pay has increased, your value has increased, you even have multiple income streams, right? But you still remain very broke. Why? There's a law by I think Maslow that says that your expenses will always rise to the level of your income. And have you ever observed that maybe 2 years ago there was a certain amount of money that you were making, and you're like, if I can just increase it, if I can make this certain amount of money, then all my problems will be solved. But when your income increased, what did you observe? You observe that your expenses also increased, and the money that you were waiting for, which looked like a breakthrough for you, is not even sufficient for you. So your income increased and your expenditure also increased. So how do you prevent that? There are three ways you have to three things you need to do to prevent that. One, track your income. Two, track your expenses. And three, allocate intentionally. I don't know if you are getting it. So any money that comes to you, track it. Any money that leaves you, track it. And before you spend, allocate. Have a budget that you are working with. If it is not in your budget, then you don't have the capacity to spend it. If it is above your budget, then you don't have the capacity to spend it. Do we get that? So you must do three things: track your income, track your expenses, and allocate intentionally. So when you are allocating, allocate in three different ways: survival, which are your basic needs, the things that you must, buy, the things that you must purchase to live well; for your investments, the things that you are going to put your money into, so that the money will start working for you even without you working; and expansion. So wealth is not built by income alone, it is built by disciplined allocation. Without you creating this well cash control system, you will continue to make money, but at the end of the day, you'll not be able to account for the money. So it will look as if, where is this money going to? And eventually you may begin to blame Tinubu for the problem and say maybe they're already deducting taxes inside your account. But you don't know that you are the tax master that is deducting money from your account. So you must intentionally discipline yourself. Intentionally discipline yourself. So the fourth system that you need to create is what we call the asset building system. So one thing that makes the difference between a millionaire and an average person, a poor person, is that millionaires, okay, a poor person focuses on just acquiring or making money, whereas a millionaire focuses on acquiring assets. So when we talk about assets, assets are the things that you have that appreciate in value. Such that maybe when you bought it last year, you bought it, let's say, 10,000 naira. But today, a year after, it has increased to 15,000, 20,000. But you know the problem with many of us, we spend our money on liabilities, not assets. So when money comes to our mind, the first thing we are thinking about is, what are the things that I need to buy to show that I've already made it? We want to show off so that my friend will know that me too I'm balling. And I hope your balling will not turn to boil. So you need to shift your mindset. There should be a mental shift for you from making money to spend to making money to save, to invest in the purchase of assets so that your money will continue to appreciate. And one of the things that differentiates an asset from a liability is that the asset is able to beat inflation. So it is not yet an asset if it has not beat inflation. So what do I mean by this? Let me just break it in simple terms. It means that, for instance, you observe that dollar and naira is not static, right? So, for instance, you bought a property, let's say this year at the rate of 1,400, right? And let's say the inflation rate is 10% currently. I think it's 15.5% based on the last thing that they released, right? And let's now say that 10 years to come, right? Inflation has now, let's say, risen to, let's say, 20%. But I know that there's been a lot of things that government is saying that they're trying to beat the inflation to a single digit, right? So let's not say that by in the next 10 years, let's just assume inflation has now increased to 20%. Now, when you first bought the property, let's say you bought it, let's say 10,000 naira. Let's just use something very, very simple, right? 10,000 naira. Now, at at 10,000 naira, when you if you buy it at 10,000 naira and you say, okay, inflation was at 15.5% this year, or let's say at 10%, and by that time it is now like, okay, let's say it has now increased to 15%. You bought it 10,000 naira. Now, if you are selling it at that point, you want to sell it, or you evaluate that property or that asset that you bought, and let's say the property has actually increased, and so okay, you can now sell it by 15,000 naira, right? Now, it has actually increased in value, which is what it has increased by 5,000 naira. But the question is, has it actually increased in value? The price has increased, but has it actually beat inflation? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So you have to do the maths. The asset I'm acquiring, will it be able to beat inflation? So what are the kind of assets that you need to invest on? Can invest in landed property, real estate. You can invest in intellectual property. You can invest in equity. You can invest in stock. So you don't need to start big. You can always start small, but you have to increase, and the increase can only be gotten through consistency. Sorry about the interruption. And the assets, the you can only get to that point by consistently doing it. But for instance, if you have not practiced the habit of saving, there's no way you can actually invest. So it all begins by what? That's why I took out time to talk about the cash control system, so that a percentage of every money that you make, it is being saved somewhere. Don't think that you want to save 100,000 if you have not saved anything before. It can be as low as, let's say, 5,000 naira every month. That's how it all began. And before you know, you continue to increase it consistently. Consistent. The major thing is consistency. Consistency. So don't think about something so big, because if it is out of reach, it is unachievable. Think about something small that you can actually do over time. And when you save, call it investment saving, not dirty December saving, not Valentine saving. You are saving it for the purpose of investing it in assets. Very important. And you must now discipline yourself, regardless of any emergency, regardless of how broke you are, that you are not going to touch that thing, that money. So one thing you must understand is that income feeds your assets, and your asset feeds your freedom. There's no how you can acquire assets without having an income. And without having an asset, you can never gain financial freedom. There's no magic to it. There's no magic to it. This is the way it works. If you are not buying asset, that means you are buying a lifestyle of inflation. You are just wasting money here and there, right? Now, the fifth system that you must create is the network leverage systems. See, your network determines the opportunity you will be aware of. It determines the access that you have. It determines your visibility in life, and it will also determine the speed of your growth. It is the network that you build today that your children are going to call connection tomorrow. The reason why many of us are where we are today is not necessarily because we are not doing so well. The reason is because we don't have the network, we don't have the relationship with people that matter, the shifters. See, one thing you must understand is that regardless of whether some people's children are serious or they are unserious, the fact that their parents already have the network, the fact that they already have the network, it has saved them from a lot of stress. But even though your parents did not hand over network to you, you can build it. The people that you celebrate today, that you applaud, the people that you feel that they are big men, they are big people. It all started with someone. So if your parent didn't hand over a rich network, a wealthy network to you, ensure that you hand over a rich network to your children. Understand that wealth creation always starts with one person. Wealth creation starts with what? One person. One of the things that decisions that you must make is that if you didn't come from a wealthy family must come from you. If you didn't come from a wealthy family must what? Come from you. Don't blame your parents. They have done the best that they can do in their own little capacity. But one thing, I was at a conference today, and someone said, he said, from the age of 1 to 18, you can actually blame your parent from your current circumstances, from your current situation. But do you know that the person said, from the age of 18 upward, your children will blame you for the decisions that you made or refused to make. So, and I believe that everyone on this call, none of you is less than 18. So, if you are living a life that you are not proud of, never make the mistake to actually blame your parents for it. In fact, one thing I always tell people is to even celebrate them for doing the things that they have done for you. But you must now propose in your heart, decide, take that definite decision that my parents didn't give me that leverage, my parents didn't give me this kind of opportunity, but my seed, my children must actually get this opportunity. It is a decision that you must make within yourself. Stop complaining. Stop talking about the things that you don't have. Just stop imagining, oh, what? Yeah, if only I was born by Dangote, if only I was born by Elumelu, if only I was brother to Elon Musk. You are not their brother, you are not their children. They don't even know you, they don't know that you exist. So if that is the case, you don't have that advantage. Can you create that advantage for yourself so that the future generation can actually thank you for living? and from actually creating the path for them. The places or the places you call road today was once a bush. It was some people that make a decision to clear the bush away and create a road. See, the grass is not greener on the other side. It only appears to be green to you, or it is only green because the people that are in that location took a definite decision to water the garden, to tend it, to remove the weeds, and to nurture the garden. Your own garden can also grow. Your own garden can also flourish if only you decide to actually water your own garden too. See, one thing you must understand in life is that life does not care. Many of us will feel that maybe if the suffering is too much, so life is going to pity me because life does not care. Life does not care that you are suffering. That's what it is, a hard truth, but you must understand, you must know this. And one thing is that who you know is not as important as who knows you. How many of us know Elon Musk? How many of us know Dangote? But do they know you? That's the question. So we know a lot of people, but they don't know us. They don't know us. So you must fight by all means to come into proximity with the people that matters. The access that you have, it beats the effort that you are putting in. The access. I'm saying it again that some of us, not that we are not doing enough. The problem is that we have not been able to enter into a circle of people that is going to reward us for the value that we are creating. When you serve a poor man, you are going to receive a poor man's reward. When you serve a rich man, you are going to receive a rich man's reward. It does not matter. You can serve both of them, give them the same thing. But because of the capacity that they have, everyone rewards you according to their capacity. If they are poor, they are going to give you a poor reward. If they are rich, they are going to give you a rich reward. You can't ask me to give you what I don't have. I only give you from the abundance of what I have. So if it is poverty, out of my poverty that I can give, I will give you out of my poverty. But if I have in surplus, I'm going to give you out of the surplus that I have. So regardless of how good you are, regardless of how proficient you are, if you consistently serve the poor, I'm not saying that you shouldn't work. I'm not saying that you should castigate the poor. That's not the message. But one thing I'm trying to help you to understand is that you must change your audience if your life is going to change. You can consistently help the poor. You can consistently, do your best to support them, but they must not be your major audience. You can extend the impact of your work to them, but a poor man does not have the capacity to reward you according a reward that is going to lead towards high return. But even though I've said that, you must honor them. They might not have the money, but they may have the connection to the person that have the money. Never forget that. Don't say because of what I'm aspiring, don't say because of uh, my goals, I'm just going to tread upon people. I'm not going to honor people maybe because they don't have the rewards that I have, that I'm looking for. No, it doesn't work like that. Honor all men, whether poor or rich. Honor all men. How do you now connect with these people? Intentionally try to enter into the rooms. How do you enter the rooms? There are two, should I say two or three major ways? that you can enter into the room. Three ways. The first way is to pay your way into the room. The second way is to what? Serve your way into the room. The third way is to deliver value into the room. These are the three major ways. One, it is what? Payment for access. Two, it is what? Service for access. And the third way is what? Value for access. Regardless of how rich a person is, that person has a problem. If you can offer value, you can provide a solution to that rich person's problem, I'm telling you, you're going to get access to them. You can pay your way to them by maybe enrolling for their mentorship, um, um, buying their books. See, I want to tell you the fact that the secrets of the greats are hidden in their knowledge. So you might not have direct contact, face to face conversation with these people, but I tell you what you need to know about their secret to success, their secret to their rising. It is hidden in their books, it is hidden in their podcasts, their interview sessions, their speaking engagement sessions. If you can be diligent enough to study those materials, I'm telling you, you're going to gain access to them. Also, strive to be in the communities of like-minded people. See, don't just be in communities of see this year. Be intentional that you are not going to be in the community of people whose reality looks like your current reality. If you are consistently in a community whereby their reality mirrors your current reality, you will continue to circle that same reality. You'll not be able to progress in life. Push yourself to enter into communities whose reality are your future ambition. What does that say? Push yourself to enter into communities whose current reality are your ambitions. Meaning that try by all means to get into circles whose past or whose past or their current situation are your own prayer point. But many of us, we don't want to be in that kind of community. We want a situation whereby we'll be in a community whereby you two can actually say, "This I'm doing something with my life. These are the results I've gotten. I'm good. I'm no. Anytime you notice that you are the best amongst your circle of friends, it is an indication that you need to change that circle. That anytime you want to have a conversation, they are always paying homage to you. They are always celebrating you, or at the top. They are always, it is an indication that you need to change that circle and get into a better circle. Hmm. You need industry exposure. See, some of us, we need to actually leave our comfort, our room, our house, and go for conferences, attend events, go to that expensive restaurant, go to that hotel. You have drank garri enough. Go, go out there. Go out there. Go and meet with people. The access you are looking for is not going to come and knock the door of your house. You must go for it. If you want it, then go for it. It is not going to come for you. You have to go there for it. See, you don't see this life, you can't rise all by yourself. You need people who are going to hold your hands and take you high. You need people whose wings you are going to fly. You need people who is going to open the door of rooms for you, and you are going to enter. You need people that is going to introduce you to the people that matter, whose contributions are going to make your destiny to come into fruition. So connect with those people. To be sure that we are together. What's the first system? I've given us five systems. The first system is what? What's the first system? I want to be sure that we are together. The skill monetization system. The second system is what? The income multiplication system. The third system is what? The cash flow control system. The fourth system is what? The asset building system. And the fifth one is what? The network leverage system. Let's now talk about the sixth system. It is the personal brand or positioning system. It is just a build up on what I was saying before, that the opportunities you're looking for are not going to come to your doorstep and knock and say, here are we, take us. You have to go out there and get those opportunities. The truth about life is that it is not always the best that is rewarded, it is the best sin that is rewarded. So don't be the best kept secret. The more visible that you are, the more opportunity you are going to attract. Now, know that people will first pay attention before they pay money. If you can't get their attention, then you can't get their money. If they will not give you their time, then they will not give you their money. In fact, one thing is that money is the least currency of life. If you can get their heart, their attention, tell me, you're going to get it. And one thing is that, see, life, people won't reward you necessarily based on how good you are. They will reward you based on their perception of the value that you offer. You and someone else may be doing the same thing, but if the person is able to brand himself and position himself the right way, you are going to give the person a higher reward than you. So, what kind of perception are you creating? What are you known for? What problems are you solving? If your name comes to the heart of people, what comes to their hearts? Is it a cheap guy, a trustworthy person, or a person that they can't trust? These are questions you need to ask yourself. When my names comes to the heart of people, what associates my name? What can they associate my name with? A trustworthy person, a person that they can go all in for, or a person that they are afraid of doing business with. So this year, I need you to take your personal brand seriously. Get on the socials. Let people know what you do. Let people know what you do. And brand yourself rightly. You can't say you're a millionaire and your clothes is not reflecting it, the environment you're living is not reflecting it, the way you communicate is not reflecting it. No. Many of us, the reason why we are not actually forging ahead, why we have not been able to attract those kind of clients that can pay us in 6 figures, in 7 figures, is because we brand ourselves as people that can only earn in 5 figures, in 4 figures. I know that you don't have it yet, but can you actually brand yourself, package yourself as if you have it? See, if you don't behave yourself into it, you can't have it. It all begins from believing, behaving, then manifesting. You have to first envision it. Let me start from it. You have to first envision it, believe it, behave it, and manifest it. You want to actually become a millionaire? First envision it, believe it, behave it, and you're going to get it. Again, envision it, believe it, behave it, and it manifests. So constantly push yourself out there. Do the hard things. Do it well. See, anything that you're doing, give it your very best. Excellence is non-negotiable. You can't negotiate it. And visibility is not an option, it is a necessity. If you are good, let them know that you are good. If you are good, let them know that you are good. That's it. The seventh system is the discipline and the long term system. The discipline and the long term system. See, wealth is built slowly, intentionally, and repeatedly. I hate to say this, but I need to be true to you. If you have not earned 100,000, you are not ready for a millionaire. If you are not yet a thousandaire, you can't become a millionaire. It is a gradual journey. It is a gradual journey. So you must be willing to give yourself time. Give yourself what? Time. Don't be in a hurry. Don't be what? In a hurry. This is not abracadabra. It follows a process. And I said it earlier on that anything that you don't get through a process, you will not be able to retain it. So you must practice delayed gratification. Practice what? Delayed gratification. What does it mean? It means that even though everybody has it, even though everybody is doing it, but because you know where you are going to, because you know the sacrifices that your destiny requires, because you know that you want to build wealth, you must be ready to delay gratification and say, I can I can hold on for some time. You must not buy the new shoe. You must not buy the new dress. You must not go for that one bed. You must not eat in the restaurants. Don't try to live your life to impress people. You can't live a valid life seeking validation from other people. You must be content being yourself. Let them say anything they want to say. You are broke. Okay, it's fine. I'm broke. You are rich. Okay, I'm rich. Don't try to explain your journey to people that can never understand. See, the moment you become a people pleaser, you enslave yourself to their demands and you let go of your destiny. You know that your own goal is to what? Become a millionaire. Stop allowing people that they don't have what you are envisioning yourself to become to dictate how you are going to run your life. Do you get that? Also, consistency. Prioritize consistency over intensity. It is very easy for you to get excited, and so I'm excited, I will start doing this, I will start doing that. But that's not all. You must consistently do it, little by little. They always say that little drops of water makes an ocean. If you are not a geographer, you might not understand it, that there are different tributaries flowing into the river. Different tributaries flows into the river. So you see that river that is in your village, it does not stop in your village. They all find their way into the ocean. And that's why you see that the ocean always have water. No matter how much you want to go and pack from the ocean, you will still see plenty of water inside the ocean. So stop playing short-term games. Play the long-term game. Millionaires think in decades. Strugglers think in weeks. They just want something that is going to yield results fast, 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 fast. Like within a twinkling of an eye, within a snap of a finger, they want results. It doesn't work like that. Anybody that you are seeing successful, very, very rich today, they did it over time. They failed, they learned the lessons, they continue. They disciplined themselves while every other person is enjoying, they sacrificed. So it's not going to be easy. Learning, saving, investing, building bridges is not going to be easy, but only if you can deny yourself. I'm telling you, you're going to get it. So there's a scripture that says that about Jesus, that whom for the joy that was set before him, he endured the cross, despising the shame, and is now seated at the right hand of God. Now, he was given that authority because of his endurance. Endurance. You will never be able to rise to the top if you are the kind of person that is always seeking for immediate return and results. So, to close this session tonight, I have three major questions to ask you. And I want you to introspect and answer the question personally. The first question is, which system am I missing? Which system am I missing? I gave you seven systems. Which of them have you not been practicing? This is not just applicable to you. Even me that I'm delivering it, I'm already thinking, while I was preparing the notes, I was thinking which system is lacking in my life. The second one is, which system is weak? Oh, I've started working on it, but I've not solidified it. It is not yet strong enough. Oh, I do it today, tomorrow, I'm not able to do it. Today, I do it, tomorrow, I don't do it. I started doing it, I stopped doing it. And the third one is, which system will you build first? We are on different levels, right? So some of us we have income multiplication. So you have to think, okay, for you that you don't even have any income, the first thing is what, to go back to that first skill monetization system. How do I make money? That's the first system that you have to think. If you don't have any source of income, because you can't save what you don't have now, you can't save it. So for you to save, you must have, right? So you don't become a millionaire by wishing for money. You become one by designing an economy around your life. And these are the seven systems that you can actually use to design an economy in 2026. Don't chase money in 2026. Build systems that make money chase you. Thank you so much for joining tonight's session. everyone. I hope you learned one or two things that will guide you and help you even as you journey in 2026. Let me know if you learned something. It's been 1 hour of massive value. Let me know if you learned one or two things. And please do well to actually share this video, right? If you have any questions, please you can ask that question and I would say I can answer the questions before we call it a night. And we're going to have another session next week, Friday by 8 p.m. I wanted to show you how you can actually use AI profitably, right? There's there's a lot of booze about AI, but many of us we are still not adapting it, in our work. We are not still leveraging the power of AI to actually make income, to make us more productive, and get better results in our works. So I will be teaching you how to use AI profitably by next week. Any questions? Thank you so much, Favor, for your consistency tonight. I know some of us were watching, but we are silent observers, right? We don't want to speak, but thank you so much. Please, we need to engage. You need to engage when you come on this live session so that I can feel the energy and I can be motivated to continue. Because one of my goals this year is to every week come here live and just teach you. You're not paying a dime for it, right? Just come live, just teach you based on the things I know, things I've experienced, right? But you two must be also ready to give. So what do I need from you? The only thing I need from you is to always join and ask your questions, right? Join, ask your questions, uh, communicate while I speak. You can just type in the comment section, invite your friends, okay? Official Mind Energy. Thank you. I've learned a lot tonight. You are welcome. Thank you for joining. So I have a question, sir. My question, sir, can I start out without having figured out all the system? Yes, absolutely. That's why I say it is a progressive work. Just start with something. It is commonly said that the best time to start is yesterday, but the next best time is now. So just get started. Don't wait any longer. You've waited long enough. Get started. Get to work. Get to work. Get to work. If there are no further questions, I think we can call it a night here, and we're going to see ourselves again next week, Friday, by 8 p.m. And I think maybe um, consequently, we are going to be having it on Fridays by 8 p.m. so that we'll know that every Friday we are coming to class to learn by 8 p.m. And I hope that when you always come to this class, you have your writing materials because I feel that this is not something that you can just zip, embrace it all at one time in your brain. No, you need to write it down so that you can always fall back to the notes, learn from it. Do you get? So thank you so much for joining tonight's session. Please share the link. The video will be on my YouTube. Share it with your friends and ask them to come and watch it, right? Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And not only that, you can you can always, come and rewatch it. You didn't get everything that I said tonight. You didn't get it. I'm being sincere. You have to relearn, go through your notes again, go through the video again. See, I went for a conference earlier this morning, and one of the things I will be doing after I get off this call or this session tonight is to go back to the notes I wrote while I was at the conference because I couldn't grasp everything at that sitting point. So I'll go back to watch it. So Adesina Kende, thank you for tonight. You dished out value without holding back. Firstly, this session wasn't a waste of time for me. I've been on this long term vision and wealth since the beginning of the year. Thank you so much for joining, Kendi. Thank you. Okay, I have another one. Thank you, sir. I will definitely go over this again and again. I really want to grow and build more intentionally this year. Great, great, great. I'm rooting for you, Kendi. I'm rooting for you, Kendi. I didn't even know that it was you all day. It's just now that I reread the name that I knew that, oh, it's Kenny. Okay. Official mind energy. I've written a lot tonight. Thank you so much. I'm really happy that you've written a lot, but beyond writing, I want your life to actually produce the things that you have written, right? So go out there and take the actions. Uh, Daniel, good evening, Mr. Emmanuel. Good evening, Mr. Daniel. Nice having you tonight. So, guys, I need to go now. See you next week. Bye.